to my channel. So as you can probably tell by the title, and I feel like I always start my videos like this, but I've recently got my hands on some new makeup and obviously some new PR makeup that I feel has been so hyped recently, like the Desert Sands. Oh my god, I feel like in the video I've called it Desert Sands, but it's Desert Dusk. The Desert Dusk palette from Huda Beauty, some new brow products from Colourpop, some new Desi Katy Dose of Colours products, and then a bunch of products that I feel like might have been hyped in the past that I never got my hands on. So yeah, I just wanted to try everything out kind of new for the first time, let you guys know my thoughts on them so you guys know whether or not it's worth the hype and worth getting. I did a look that I'm comfortable with. It is slightly more darker on the eyes than normal, and I've gone for a matte lip for a change, so I hope that's diverse enough for you. But I always like to try looks in ways that I would actually try them, because then I'm actually going to get a real feel for the products and how I would actually use them on a day-to-day basis. So if you like the look of this video already, then that's amazing, and please give it a thumbs up and leave me some love in the comments down below, and definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, and if you want to know how I got this look and what products I used to do it, then please keep watching. Ready? Okay, so if you don't already follow me on Snapchat, I will insert it here. I have already done my skincare. I did quite an intensive skincare routine this morning, so in terms of skincare before makeup, I'm going to be using this. This is new in Cult Beauty. It is the Coconut Milky Mist by a brand called Too Cool for School. I also got like a golden mask from there, which I actually really loved. So this is literally just like a facial mist of like coconut water, and which is really hydrating, so I've been really excited to try it. Like I said, it was like a new brand that had launched on Cult Beauty, so I wanted to get a few bits from there. Oh my god, literally it smells like coconut butter. Yeah, I'm just going to be using that as like my moisturizer. Their packaging is so cute too, so I've left the link to it down below if you want to check out all their other bits that they do. So moving on to primer, I'm taking this one from NYX. This is called their Illuminating Primer. I literally went on to Cult Beauty and like Selfridges and all that kind of stuff, clicked the new in and just kind of saw all the new products that have launched in each category that I hadn't got my hands on yet, and this was one of them. So this was on Cult Beauty as a new in primer. It is an illuminating primer, and I feel like it's going to be like the MAC Okay, yeah. What? It looks, I did a little bit on my hand, and it looks like the MAC Strobe cream in terms of the like pearlescent finish and stuff, but it's a lot thicker in consistency and feels really nice in terms of like a primer. It feels super smooth on my skin, so we're going for a bronzy, glowy look, because that is the easiest way for me to really test out products in a way that I would actually wear them. And a lot of the new in products that I got or have received or that like being really hyped about are like new either holiday or fall related products, and those ones all are like very warm toned seasons of the year. So I've just applied that primer, and I can already see the like luminosity, if that's the word, like from my skin. It feels so nice on my skin as well. Okay, fingers crossed that this makes my makeup stay too. I'm going to do a little bit of like a different technique. So I'm actually going to apply my concealer first and then my foundation around my face. And the reason I'm doing that is because I kind of want quite a bright under eye, and I feel like when you apply your concealer on top of your foundation, sometimes you can lose the brightness of it. And I am going to be using two concealers today. I asked you guys on Twitter and it was such a like mixed response. So I'm kind of going to use both. One's not out yet, but one is, so I'm kind of just testing it for you. First one I'm going to be applying is the new Rimmel Lasting Breathable 25-hour concealer. So this one I'm going to put underneath, like as like my base concealer underneath my eyes. Just like that, and then I'm going to blend that in with my sponge and take it also up onto my eyes to act as like a little bit of a primer for when we prime as well. But this is just going to help get rid of the like discoloration underneath my eyes. And then the other one I'm going to use that as like the brightening one, because I got it in like a pretty light shade, I think, to be able to test it out. Okay, so the next concealer that I'm going to use is the Cover FX Cream Concealer. I love the Cover FX Cream Foundation, so I was so excited to see that they had a concealer, and this one is in the shade N Light. So I'm just going to kind of dot this underneath, or like draw it underneath, and then I'm actually gonna buff it out kind of with like a blending brush, just to really like maximize the coverage, maximize the brightness, and then just kind of really like buff and diffuse it out. It is quite thick though, so I might go in with my sponge afterwards. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can with a brush. I've also seen the makeup artists that do like really full coverage glam use this technique, so I just kind of wanted to try out a different method for you guys and just see if this actually makes my under eye like brighter than it would be. Okay, I think I applied like, oh my god, it looks so funny. I think I applied a little bit too much, so I'm probably gonna have to use my sponge. Okay, going back in with the sponge. Yeah, so that concealer's actually, I think that technique would have worked a little bit better if that concealer wasn't so like thick and creamy. But in terms of the coverage, this has incredible coverage right now. Next up is not a new product, but kind of a hyped product that I can't believe I've never tried. It is the Dior Skin Air Flash foundation. I got mine in the shade 300. Now, I've seen many people kind of suggest ways to apply it, but a lot of people just said it was easier to just spray it onto the sponge and then apply, so I think I'm going to do that. Obviously, because I've already done my concealer, I'm just going to be applying it to like the perimeters of my face. Oh my god, cold, 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 really, really, really cold. Ooh. Okay, so I think the colour is a really nice like match onto my like neck and stuff. Wow, okay, this is like a really pretty finish. Whoop. Remember, I'm not taking it underneath my eyes because I want it to remain bright there. Okay, so far I really love the coverage and the finish of that. I'm so impressed. I can't believe, like I just said, that I waited that long to try it. Loads of you did say that you also wanted me to try the new Rimmel one, so I'm feeling maybe I'll do like a drugstore, a full face of drugstore again maybe, and like we can test them out properly there. But I don't actually have a new powder or anything or new cream contoury product, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face with powder, and then we'll be back to do the eyebrows. Okay, so let's move on to eyebrows. And recently ColourPop just launched some kind of like micro brow pencils, which I've been loving. I love a micro brow pencil, and this one I think is in the shade dark brown. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill them in like I usually would. So just kind of tracing the bottom of my brow and then kind of creating the kind of top of my brow that I want. So I always have to extend a little bit up and down and then create my own tail like that. Then I just kind of gradually fill them in. I've been thinking about maybe getting my brows microbladed, so like they're permanently extended and I don't have to, you know, do the extension work that I normally do. This, how the hell is this dark brown? Sorry, it just looks really like grey and there's not a huge amount of pigment. But anyway, as I get towards the front, I just kind of brush through and then extend kind of here and then feather up. Okay, for me, I feel like I need a little bit like more pigmentation from this. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of fill in the tail of my brow a little bit more with like a dip brow or something. And then I am gonna go ahead and do one eye off camera just because I wanna have a play around and just kind of see what look I wanna come up with. And then I'll be back to show you how I do it. But think bronze, sexy, sultry. We're going to be using the Huda Beauty Desert Sands palette, which is kind of why I want to have a look and like analyze it and see what's going on. So I'll be back. I'm going to keep the powder under my eyes though. Okay, we are back and brows are completed. I still kept like the powder on underneath like I said, and I did one eye. So what we're going to use today, I can't really lift it because one of the like glitters came kind of broken, but we are using the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette. When I saw the like press for this palette, I literally gagged. This looked like me in a palette. I was so obsessed. It looks incredible for autumn. The purple tones look amazing. I can't wait to maybe do something slightly more colourful if you guys want to see that. But I am going to dip my brush in this light orange shade here, which is called Eden. So I'm just going to blend that back and forth. Oh my god, this is like so pigmented. Like that was just like one dip, and just use that as our initial transition color. I'm then going to take a slightly smaller fluffy brush and take the shade Blazing, which is this one here. I'm just kind of making my way around the palette and dipping my brush into like each darker shade of brown. But yeah, this is the shade Blazing, and I'm just going to use that to further deepen up the crease and just create this transition. and just diffuse it all together. On another smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to take the shade Amber, which is the one that is next to the one that we used originally. Again, a lot more, it's a slightly darker brown, more of the like a brick kind of colour. Keep on buffing into the crease. I love that there's so many like matte shades that kind of transition into each other. It makes blending so much easier, because palettes that only come with like a few matte shades, it kind of just limits the like blending ability within that like one palette, you know? I feel a lot of the time palettes are missing like a black or like a dark brown or like that middle tone brown. Like they might have like a light brown but then it goes straight into like a dark brown, and the way to get that like seamless blend is to kind of use like more colour or like dip and dab in between colours. So I love that you can get that with this palette. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to take is Saffron, which is slightly more of a pinky brown. And again, this is on a slightly smaller, fluffier brush. Just buff that in. When I did it on my first eye, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to use the Saffron or just go straight to the, it's called Ode, I think. It's like the dark matte brown of the palette. But I'm so glad I added this in. It's like the perfect transition from like orange to brown. Like, it's not even that pink, it's so pretty. I think if you have green eyes, this color like all over your eye as like a matte eye look would look stunning. Okay, now we're going to move on to the lid color, but before I actually like apply it, I noticed that the pigmentation of these glitters and like the foiled shadows, they're really good, but they're even better and you'll get the most out of them by using a base. So I am going to use the NYX Multitask base, and I found that that just enabled the glitter particles and also then the foiled shadow likeness. It gave it something to cling to and it looks so much better. So don't just watch these videos that are going around at the moment that saying this palette like doesn't work. I mean, everything is like tried and tested and everyone's got their own method, but I recommend definitely using a slightly liquidy base. This one is clear, which is why I like it, and I use it for literally everything. If I want the pigmentation of like a pigment to be even better or something like that, this is like a lifesaver product. So I've just applied like a thin layer of that to my lid, and we're gonna go in with this shade, which is like the Blood Moon shade, a super gorgeous copper. So you guys know I was gonna be dabbling my brush in that one. Yeah, just pack it on. See the way that it just kind of clings instantly. It also minimizes any sort of fallout, and yeah, the pigmentation just pops, honey, it pops. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Ooh. Okay, I am actually going to take a little bit more of that adhesive, place it kind of right in the middle between the shimmer and the matte crease color, and even though it's smashed, I am going to take that Cosmo shade and I'm going to use that as the like transition between the shimmer that we've got going on the lid and then the darkness, because it's kind of like a dark shimmer, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to press it between and just kind of create a little bit of like a shimmer accent and transition. Okay, and then like I said I was gonna do, I'm just gonna finally dip my brush into the darkest brown, which I think is called Ode, and just use that to further define and smoke out the crease. Okay, this isn't a new product, but this is just the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Crayon Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Super Copper, and I'm just going to run that along my waterline to kind of tie everything together. Once you've done that, I'm just going to dip a pencil brush into that amber shade, which was kind of like the third transition colour that we used, and just buff and smoke that out. Fuck me. Or you get a parcel. And then once you've done that, I'm going to go back in with that Ode colour on a flat brush, and I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line and along my top lash line as well to really smoke out this look. Okay, I'm just obsessing with how like smizey and sultry this looks. But the Huda palette doesn't actually come with like a highlighty inner corner shade that's bright enough for me. So I'm going to take this new palette from Rimmel and take the white shimmery shade from it too. This is their Magnifies Color Edition ones. I'm not sure if they're out yet, but they came out with at least like 4 different kind of ranges and shades of this palette. And guys, the pigmentation is like phenomenal. Damn, girl. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so for mascara, I'm actually going to use two as well. The first one is from YSL. It is their Vinyl Couture Mascara, and I'm only going to be using these on my top eyelashes, just because I am going to be wearing falsies, and this mascara gives a very like natural, separated, defined lash, which is perfect for if you're going to be wearing falsies because you barely need any mascara anyway. I love that. It's really, really like a natural mascara, so if you're not into anything too clumpy or anything, definitely give that one a go. But for the bottom ones, I'm going to be taking the new Rimmel London Wonderfully Real Mascara, and it's in extreme black, and this one actually contains fibers, so the kind of like consistency of this is very still thick and moussey, but it's got fibers in it, and the brush is very defined and separated, so you're gonna get that really kind of thick, voluminous lash, but still with separation, which I want for my lower lashes because I want there to be a lot more drama going on there, you know what I mean? Now for my favourite part is the time to apply lashes, but because this eye look is like so dramatic, I didn't want anything to kind of be too, like to take any attention away, so I'm going to take these new ones from Iconic. The name isn't on this one, like on the box anywhere, because I think it only came with the plastic, but I feel like they only have a couple of styles, and the name of this one is the slightly more natural name, because this is the slightly more natural lash. I feel like I want to say it's a flawless lash or something. I'll have left the link to it down below, but I'm going to go ahead and apply these, and then I will show you the finished eyes. Can we just take a moment for these lashes? I had to like trim them a little bit, but oh my god, they made my eyes a little bit red. I feel like that's all the eyeshadow, but they are so cute. They are so fluffy. It's so natural and like perfect for looks like this. They don't steal any attention away from like what is going on the eyes. Oh my god, I really love them. I will leave the name to them down below, but yeah, they're from Iconic London. Okay, let's move on to the face. So a new bronzer that I got was from Colourpop. Now the annoying thing is they don't actually say the names of them on the back. Like they came in a big batch of all the different shades, but I can't see where it says the name of this one. So I googled the swatches, and this one kind of looked closest to the one that I've listed the name of down below, so apologies if I've got it wrong, but they do loads of shades. But yeah, Colourpop did do bronzers before, but I never liked their old formula. Like it just, there was no colour payoff at all, so I'm so glad that they kind of took that on board and have rebranded these, because these are really nice. So I'm just gonna use this to warm up the face. They also came out with highlighters too, which again they did do before, but I feel like these compressed ones are a lot better, and I was going to use that until I got a really exciting highlighter, which I was like, oh my god, obviously I'm going to be using that one. Okay, moving on to blusher. I feel like this is more like a new shade for me, and more of like a hyped product than like a new product. Now this is one of the Becca mineral blushes in the shade Wild Honey, and if I remember correctly, I heard about this ages ago through Jaclyn Hill, and she was just like, I love this blusher, it's the perfect colour. If you don't like a lot of blusher, this is like, again, the perfect colour. It just gives such a gorgeous flush of colour on the cheeks. It has such a gorgeous like shimmer, like iridescent finish, glow to the skin. So that's kind of why I got it. It's like a hyped product by Jaclyn. So pretty. It has like bronze elements in it too. A really gorgeous glow, but then like sorry. Oh my god, I'm like blushing over a blusher, help me. And now we can move on to highlighter, and for highlighter I'm going to be taking the Desi and Katy Dose of Colors collaboration, and this is in the shade Fuego. Okay, let's move on to the lips. I think because we've got such kind of like shimmery eyes going on and shimmery skin, I'm going to keep it matte. Oh, shocker, I know. I was going to use the Becca Liquid Crystal like lip topper, but I feel like, no, we'll keep it matte. So for lip liner, I'm taking this one from It Cosmetics, which is finally launched in Selfridges in the UK, so it's a lot easier to get hold of, and this one is in the shade Buff Nude. Okay, and then for lipstick, again, it is another one of the Desi Katy Dose of Colors collab, and this one is in the shade No Shade. Slightly more of a like peachier nude, so I thought it would kind of tie in with the orange shades of the eyes. I love that colour. I think that's such a gorgeous like mid-tone peach. But I think that is the finished look. I'm going to go ahead and spray my face again with the coconut milk mist, because this actually helps to really like refresh your makeup. So this, I'm not wearing this as like a setting spray. I'm just kind of refreshing my face with it. Okay, I'm now just gonna like take these cat ears out and put my hoops in. And yeah, this is the finished look. So this was the finished makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd love to see you in my next video, and I will be having an extra one up this week on Sunday because I obviously lacked so much this week. I wanted to get 3 up for you this week. Let me know in the comments down below some of your new favourite products, because then I'm always on the hunt for new things. Let me know if you're going to try any of these new products because of this video. I'd love to know. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!